Aflau Bona, Sasuna Kutukarium Shejinabia, and a Takutel, Takrani, Fred 0302 666915, and I toll free number 0800-300-55.
Ghana Shippers Authority, providing shipping solutions.
Hello, Graceful morning. A warm welcome to Maritime and Port News. Maritime and Port News is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide you with the best in all your shipping solutions. You can always contact them at the Shippers House in Accra. You can also join us live on YouTube and Omanfm and also on Facebook on 2TVGH. My name is Boateng. Let's take a look at our stories. Report says countries with trade partners that implemented more stringent lockdowns had a sharper drop in imports, and though trade flows have adjusted, more diversified global value chain could help lessen the impact of future shocks. The demand and supply shocks unleashed by the pandemic were expected to lead to a dramatic collapse in trade, but international commerce has proven more resilient than during previous. Sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide you with the best in all your shipping solutions. You can always contact them. Were expected to lead to a dramatic collapse in trade, but international commerce has proven more resilient than during previous global crises. While goods trade fell sharply in the second quarter of 2020, it bounced back to pre-pandemic levels later in the year. The decline for services in 2020, such as tourism, was worse and has recovered more slowly, given persistent restrictions to contain infections in some countries. Trade partners' lockdown accounted on average for up to 60% of the decline in imports in the first half of 2020. Now, these impacts were larger in industries that rely heavily on global value chains and are further downstream in the production process, such as electronics. The effects were short-lived, however, suggestions that global supply chain was resilient. Blue Alpha Capital founder John McCon said in his latest McCon that Container Result Observer report that ocean carriers raked in a mind-bending $59.3 million profit in the first quarter of the year, the highest quarterly earnings in container shipping history, as the industry continued to benefit from stronger pricing. Macon's report shows that the quarter 1 2022 actually marked the 6th consecutive quarter of the highest net income ever in the industry. The industry's 59.3 million net income also marked a 300% improvement from the first quarter of 2021, equivalent to $40.2 billion. Now, compared to quarter 4 2021, total profits were up in little over 13%. According to Macron, these actual results are dramatically and diametrically opposed to what nobody could have contemplated at the beginning of the pandemic just over 2 years ago. Of the 11 largest ocean carriers, CGM led the pack in terms of profit, with a net income of $7.5 billion, at least according to Macon's estimate, because the privately held company has yet to release its first quarter result. Maersk came in second, earning a net income of $6.7 billion, which Macron also estimated as the company report in terms of EBITDA. Now, Macron says the blockbuster result coming despite an overall 1.1% total decline in volumes compared to quarter 1 of 2021 are likely to drive fundamental changes in future carrier behaviors. If you just join us, you're listening to Maritime and Port News. The commander Edina Egufo Eburim Municipal Assembly in the Central Region has given hint of introducing digitization in the sale of distribution of premix fuel at various London beaches in the municipality to ensure safety. The municipal chief executive officer KEEA, Mr. Solomon Appiah, gave this hint in an interview with the media. According to the MCE, digitization at this point will ensure the safety of the fishermen who rush to the various London beaches to purchase the subsidized fuel for fishing. He said the mad rush for the product at the London beaches will one day lead to a disaster because premix fuel is highly inflammable. He said it is in the vision of the Assembly to introduce a mobile application that will ensure canoe owners are served on the first come first serve basis at the London beaches using their mobile apps. The receipt per the mobile application will be expected to respond as such to help the situation of diversion of the subsidized fuel. He further noted that this will help solve the situation of the rampant scarcity of the product along the London beaches. Now, the rise in fuel prices has prompted renewed interest in expanding container shipping at America's Great Lakes port like Duluth and Cleveland. Now, there is a potential for port of Duluth to develop containerized dry bulk agricultural export to Europe, where growing numbers of customers are willing to take delivery of containers of agriculture produce. In our final story, general cargo ships Walter Hammond and Dagna collided at around 1000 UTC in Lower Weser upstream from Nottingham, Germany. Dutch freighter Dagna was sailing upstream to Brick, while German coaster was sailing downstream from Bremen. Both ships reportedly suffered serious damages and are in need of repairs. As we speak, Walter Hammond sustained bow breaches or deep dent. Starboard hull of Dagna also sustaining breaches or dent. Walter Hammond said to stack Dagna STD at about 90 dag angle. No water increase, no leakage reported. However, both ships are currently under repairs. On this note, we wrap up this morning's edition of Maritime and Port News. Maritime and Port News is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide you with the best in all your shipping solutions. You can always contact them at the Shippers House in Accra. You can also tune in to Omanfm in Kumasi for more Maritime and Port News, and log on to our Facebook and our YouTube on Omanfm and 2TVGH respectively for more Maritime and Port News. Maritime and Port News is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide you with the best in all your shipping solutions. My name is Nanisi Boateng, my producer, Kwikwa Boateng. Have a great day.
Wake up to a fresh morning. National agenda.